Alright lads, back for episode 5 of the career. For the big one, it's Monaco. Usually, compared to the AI anyway, a bit better around here than other tracks. So as we can see there, finally some upgrades coming to the car. Looks like the weather is all clear for the moment, which is good. And we'll have a look, yeah, there we see changing the ICE, the turbocharger and the gearbox for this one. You don't want a worn gearbox around here, that many gear changes. So making those changes, and once again, for the second time in 2 races, we're going to have a special helmet, I suppose you call it. That's the one I usually have, and this one is the one for Monaco, obviously red and white.
One of the most demanding circuits on the calendar. We're back here in Monaco, ready for another weekend of classic motorsport action. Plenty of data to find here in practice. A very warm welcome.
As usual, starting off with practice. Had some pretty easy ones this time around, so was able to get those done, no problem at all, as we now head into qualifying.
Not all qualifying sessions are created equal. From the moment that a driver sits in a go-kart, they want to end up here, in the pit lane, ready and raring for qualifying at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Alright, straight into quali then, the most important qualifying session of the season. I do like Monaco. I do think the AI need to be fixed though, they're a bit slow. Yeah, bit of a scruffy kind of lap, just getting used to it. I don't really race around Monaco a lot, so yeah, just kind of using the first couple of runs to get used to the track. So the setup I had was pretty good as well. Yeah, so as we make it out of the first, or the start of the second sector there, now through the tunnel, using the boost. Another thing actually that'll be good about Monaco is the battery management. You don't really need to manage much. Obviously, hard to overtake, so you only really need to use it, you know, on straights and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'll definitely help us out. Maybe that's why the AI aren't that good around here, but as we run up to the line, it is a 1:12.3, which puts us just behind Gasly. So as we now come to the end of the session, it puts us P13. I did think to myself, I'm like, well, should I go out and do another lap, or should I stay in the garage? And I decided to go out for another run, and as you can see, heading into the final couple of corners here, we're up by, it was about 4 tenths. I lost a bit of time on the entry, and now we're going to run up to the line. Time still being gained, about 4 tenths, and that is going to put us P8. So up in the top 10, good signs, good signs. Similar to Miami. Hopefully this time though we can get that first Q3 appearance here in Monaco. So as we look at the standings for the end of the session, we just beat our teammate there, Gasly, by like literally less than half a tenth. Good to see Pierre's finally coming to the party. Hopefully he can have a better qualifying. His race pace has been really good, but his qualifying has really let him down. As we scroll to the bottom here, and we see Bottas, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Bortoletto, Behrman, and would you believe it, Lance Stroll in P22. So now as we head into Q2, this is the final run of the session. Literally only just made it to the line as the checkered flag drops. You can see there we were P13 after our first run, and it's dropped us now down to last place. Big surprise here, Lewis Hamilton's P13, so we'll see if he can improve. Surely he'll jump up into the top 10. So yeah, we've had a pretty solid lap so far. Pretty tidy, up by about 3.5 tenths here as we now go into the tunnel using all of that boost, or as much as we can anyway. As now we head down to the chicane, this time up by about 4.5 tenths. Very solid. I tried, and look, I mean, obviously I'm going to cut the chicanes and stuff where I can cut, but I tried not to take too much of an advantage, just to kind of keep it kind of fair. So yeah, actually a solid lap this one, up by nearly a second here as we go through Rascas now to the final corner up to the line, and we're up by about a second here. So this will probably be our first Q3 appearance of the season, and it's going to be P6. Very, very, very solid lap there from us. Very solid. Definitely take that. And once again, only just beating our teammate. There's not much between us, it seems, here. As Pierre also making it into Q3. Very good work from him. Fernando still up into the top 10 somehow. And look at that, Lewis Hamilton out in Q2 in the Ferrari. He's in for a very, very long day tomorrow, as we see Sainz, Lindblad, Lawson, Hamilton, Perez and Alex Albon all out of qualifying, as now we head into Q3, our first of the season. You'll see our first lap there was not good, a 12.1. And now the final run of our qualifying session. I'm not going to talk too much. Let's just watch this lap. Not the greatest lap, a couple of little touches of the wall there, but can't complain. We're within a second of Norris's time there, and yeah, we outqualified one of the Red Bulls. So starting P7, let's get after it.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but we still race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There is no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than a few inches away from the race-ending barriers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he will start from pole position. And it's Andrea Kimi Antonelli in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, George Russell and Piastri, O'Reilly, Alonso, Hadjar and Pierre Gasly, Sainz, Lindblad, Liam Lawson and Hamilton, Perez, Albon, Valtteri Bottas and Nico Hülkenberg, Ocon, Bortoleto, Behrman, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track. And we welcome you to the commentary box overlooking the circuit. I'm Alex Jakes, and I'm joined by Anthony Davidson. It feels like an obvious question, but I think everyone wants to know, at this stage, are you nervous or excited?
Probably at the start of a race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation. And you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong? And how do I protect my position? Look forward and stay positive. It's easy to say, very hard to do when you're in that position.
Okay, let's see if we can keep this momentum up. Let's get another points finish.
Yeah, we'll try our best, Mark, of course, as we now have a look at the strategy for the race. We see pretty simple, 12 laps on the mediums, 15 on the hards, and then the final 12 on the mediums. Just not going to change it too much. We'll just follow pretty much what the game says. So yeah, let's get after it.
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Lining up pretty much perfectly on the grid as the 5 red lights are on, and now we go racing in Monaco. Like I said, or like I was going to say, all the drivers pretty much around us on hards except for our teammate there. As a bit of carnage into turn 1, looks like everyone makes it through. We are going to get the move done on Piastri. Very close quarters racing in this first couple of laps, with everyone trying to sort themselves out, as now we head down towards Mirabeau, where Rosberg famously went straight on in qualifying, as this time we get past the Mercedes. It's not Rosberg, this time it's Russell, and he's still going to fight it into the Lowe's hairpin, and we're going to make that move. So, good start from us, past the McLaren, past the Mercedes, and now we're looking at Max Verstappen up towards the Nouvelle chicane. Can we have a look? He looks way too far ahead, so he is going to be far ahead. I do cut the chicane a little bit, but the exit from the AI much better than mine, so you know, it kind of cancels it out, I guess. As now getting towards the end of lap 1 already, as Verstappen has a bit of a moment there, and we're going to have a look at Rascass. We decide not to. We could have definitely committed some absolute war crimes there, but we decided against it, as now we exit the final corner onto the straight, and that is the end of lap 1. And from here on out, it's just Monaco, isn't it? So, you know, pretty much stuck behind Verstappen as we get a little bit airborne on that curb, almost, as Verstappen was hovering around that second to half a second mark throughout the lap. Definitely on the straights he would pull away, but I'd catch him in the corners. So yeah, it's just already frustrating, because I do feel like I'm a bit quicker throughout most of the lap. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You've got to have patience and got to not throw it into a wall. So as now we move on again to lap 6 here. Again, the only one on the mediums. Interesting choice in the AI. I think some of them were going hard medium, I think. Honestly, I can't really remember, but we'll see, I suppose, as the race goes on. So now we move on to lap 8, and we are kind of catching Verstappen. You can see we've got the objective to overtake him before lap 12. I don't think that's going to happen unless he makes a big mistake. So yeah, I don't count on that either, to be honest. As now we head on to lap 10. Once again, we're flying through the race here. As again, coming out of that corner, he has a tiny bit of a moment, and you can actually see that Leclerc has actually fallen away. Well, not fallen away, but he has fallen away from Leclerc, so he has a nice almost 2-second lead. So it's pretty much just me and Max at this point, as we start lap 11 with a bit of a slide from us, as now rounding the final corner to finish that lap. I think it's going to tell us to box this lap, and yes it does. So unfortunately we fail our objective. We couldn't overtake Max Verstappen, but it's alright, it's not that big of a deal. We're going to come in at the end of the lap into the pit lane to chuck on a fresh set of the hard tyres. Hopefully no mistakes from the lads in the pit lane, as we see Norris with a healthy 3-second lead right now, out in front of the pack. Into the box nicely, as Alonso, Gasly, Hadjar, Sainz all go past. Lawson, it looks like almost. No, never mind. Quite a gap to them actually. Hamilton is about a second behind us. So yeah, let's just get straight into it on these fresh hards. As now we move to lap 14, and you see there Max coming out of the pit lane. We've done the undercut on him. Gained about 2 seconds from it. Absolutely class from us. Didn't realise at the time, but that was a pretty crucial move for the race, as now we're chasing after Kimi Antonelli. And now, as we start lap 15, Leclerc is in the pit lane, and we actually set the fastest lap of the race. So we are moving here about almost halfway. Oh, actually, we're not even close. I was going to say about halfway, but we're not even close to that. As now we go through the casino, now down towards Mirabeau once again, and we're going to send it again. We send it again. Last time it was on Russell. This time it's on Antonelli. We have a little bit of contact at the hairpin. He's going to... Oh, and there's more contact. More contact. That's unfortunate. I don't think we've really got any damage. Maybe the slightest tiny little bit. But hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. So, yep. Good move. That puts us pretty much in that P2. As we see one of the moments of the race, we get stuck behind Carlos Sainz as Lando Norris, the net leader of the race, goes through in front of us. And just from getting held up through here, and then again our favourite overtaking spot down in Mirabeau, he's going to gain about 2 seconds on us. And yeah, I didn't realise at the time, but that would be a crucial moment in the race. It's disappointing looking back at it, but we get past Carlos Sainz, and now hopefully we can chase after the McLaren of Lando Norris. We see Alonso in P3. Could you imagine the scenes? As now we see Piastri and Russell into the pits. As now we start lap 18, and then again we start lap 19. There wasn't really much to show, to be honest. I just thought I'd record a couple of bits. There might be some dialogue playing, I'm not sure, because I can't really hear anything while I'm recording my voiceovers. But now as we move on to lap 21, we see Alex Albon, the first retirement from the race. He's there down at Mirabeau. Let's have a look. Just an engine failure. Unfortunate for Williams. Unfortunate for Alex Albon. And he's just going to park it up down there. His day is done. Just over halfway into the race. As now we move on to lap 24. You'll see Norris has a very healthy lead with the fastest lap. He stole our fastest lap off us, unfortunately. And we see Antonelli about 11.5 seconds behind. As now we move on to the start of lap 27, we are going to box at the end of the lap and chuck on another set of fresh mediums. Norris also joining us in the pit lane, as he's pretty much exiting, as you'll see just up there. As now we get into the box, hopefully no issues, not that we're really in any danger. Because I think the other drivers who were behind us, Antonelli, I'm pretty sure he still has to make a stop. So as we come out of the pits here, you'll see we just get out ahead of Alonso and Sainz. That's very important. Didn't want to get stuck behind any more back markers. As now we head onto the start of lap 28, we see Leclerc, Alonso, Sainz jumping into the pit lane, and we actually take back our fastest lap. So we have been pretty quick this race, and that's a sign that we're able to take back our fastest lap. As now we jump about 10 laps to the final lap, where it's going to be Lando Norris to come across the line and win in Monaco. Unreal from McLaren. And as for us, we're going to see our very first podium. It's P2, baby. You love to see it. Monaco, just unreal. I was so happy, as you can see. Comfortable P2. Let's go.
Yes, yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
What a way ready to head to victory. Lando Norris takes the win.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
And the top 3 venturing onto the podium to begin the celebrations. And Lando Norris holds the trophy aloft.
What a race then. I know there probably wasn't much to show. It's kind of hard to get content from Monaco, you know, you're just following a car the whole time. I tried to add a bit in there, and then obviously our pit stops and stuff like that. Either way, very, very solid race. Had to stay focused, you know, it's never easy to do 40 laps in Monaco, so great result for the team. Great work from Gasly as well, P10 up to P5, and you see there a few cars getting lapped. But Lewis Hamilton, shocking from him. All the way down in P17. What's he doing? Just a disaster of a race for him. But yeah, I honestly can't believe we got on the podium. As you can see, the driver standings. Lando has a healthy 31-point lead. And then we got the chasing pack, Anthony and Russell. And then myself, Verstappen and Hamilton. And also Leclerc and Piastri. Kind of in this kind of middle pack for P5. So we are definitely performing way above expectations. As now we gain even more points and get closer to Red Bull, so that could be our main fight. Instead of Williams, they just seem to be unlucky for some reason. So yeah, that's a great race, good episode, and yeah, I'll see you guys for the next one.